How's it going, everybody? My name is Zach Fragged, and welcome to a Battlefield 1 video where today, Daniel, or EWSDGTGHY, I tend to fuck that up, he's going to be talking about the guns that we think should be in the next DLC for Battlefield 1. I'm letting him take the reins because he's done majority of the research on this. I'm just running tech. Daniel?
Yes, I've been driving myself mad over the past couple of days trying to think of good guns that EA should add to BF3.
Or DICE.
DICE should add to BF3. And we know what they're adding in Turning Tide, so we have no idea what they're adding in Apocalypse or like mid-season update or whatever. So I found a few. So let's start with the pistols. First up is the Nambu pistol. Grandpa Nambu, the original Nambu. It was made in the early 1900s, like way early, and it really represents a unique evolution of semi-automatic pistol that isn't represented. I know that the Japanese aren't going to have a big presence in BF1, but they had a big enough presence in World War I. And it's an iconic pistol. I think it should be in the game. I want it to basically act like the what's it called? Farmer Stop. I want it basically like the Farmer Stop, only for all kits, and like maybe a different set of sights, a little faster, things like that. So I hope that gets in the game. Next one. This is a big one. This one really should be in the game. I have no idea why it's not. The Webley Mark 6 Revolver. The standard Webley. We have the auto revolver, which basically the Webley Fosbury, the auto revolver. That's a unique revolver made by Webley.
Class,
yeah, the medic one.
Revolver.
It's made by Webley, but it's not the standard issue sidearm of the British military in World War I. That's Webley Mark 6. They made so many of these for World War I, World War II. Like, they just mass-produced them. It's the standard British. It's an icon. My ancestors probably used this gun as their sidearm. I have no idea why it's not in the game. If you really need to balance, just give the exact same recoil and damage profile as the auto revolver. But make it shoot a little bit slower, give it different iron sights, and make it all kit, and boom, you have an amazing gun. I have no idea what's not in the game. But that's not the only pistol that Webley made for World War I. Next up is the Webley self-loading pistol Mark I. They only made one, I guess. This pistol was highly fascinated by the British Navy during World War I. And it's basically firing the same exact bullet as the Webley Mark 6, only it didn't have a rim. So same ballistic characteristics as the revolver. Only it's a semi-automatic self-loading pistol with 8-round magazine. That's basically a Desert Eagle in World War I in Battlefield 1 terms.
Closest thing we have to that already is the Mars Automatic, but it's not really the same.
Yeah, the Mars can't two-shot. This could probably two-shot in BF1 balancing terms. So I say we make it two-shot, give the exact same damage profile as the auto revolver, but we make it a butt-ton more recoil, and maybe shoot a little bit slower, and 8-round mag with a slower reload, and just basically an Eagle. Like, put this in the game, DICE. I have no idea why the Mars Automatic gets to be in the game, but this gun doesn't, even though it's actually saw combat in World War I. This all brings me on to a good point. Next, I'm going to talk about the tanker pilot weapons. And this gun would be a good candidate for a tanker pilot weapon because not only was it available with the stock, and pilots actually used it during World War I, but also had a 20-round magazine that the pilots made specifically for piloting. So that sounds dangerous. A 20-round mag and a semi-automatic Deagle, basically, with a buttstock? That's strong enough to almost be a primary. So hopefully DICE does some research on that and experiments with that. The Nambu could also be a good shoulder stock weapon for the tanker pilot class. The Webley Mark 6 also had a stock. And the number 3 revolver, the all-kit weapon, that also had a stock, but we have not seen the stock version in Battlefield 1, so that could also be a tanker pilot weapon. Another good tanker pilot weapon that they could use is the Burgess folding shotgun. This is basically a shotgun that broke in half and had a backwards pump. Like you pulled back the trigger assembly instead of pumping it. And that would also be another good weapon. I don't know how they're going to balance it. DICE can't balance the shotguns in the base game, so I don't know why they would, how they're going to balance the new ones. So let's talk about the other shotguns we could add. We could add for example, the Winchester Model 1887 or 1901, depending on which version they want to add. Lever action shotgun. Yeah, I didn't see play in World War I, but it was available in the time period and it's iconic, so let's add that. Next up, we've got the Walther 1918 toggle lock shotgun. I don't know a whole lot about this game, but toggle locking shotgun does sound pretty cool. Add that in the game, look really, really nice. I think that's all. Oh, the Becker shotgun. This is a really weird looking gun. Cool aesthetic. Why not add it? So let's move on to the, now we're in assault. Let's go to the assault submachine guns. right at the tail end of World War One, like way late in World War One, the Thompson had a program for a submachine gun using the 4.5 ACP cartridge, and that program was called, they had Annihilator 1 project, and the Persuader version. The Persuader version was never finished, but it was apparently a belt-fed 45 ACP submachine gun.
Which sounds wonky as hell, in all honesty.
But awesome! Yeah, it was never finished. Yeah, I never saw it play, but it sounds cool enough that you probably try and make that, see what it's like. Like the same story with the Howell. The Howell rig was never really used in World War I, so why not try it with the Thompson? But the Thompson Annihilator project was actually finished. It was basically like a normal Thompson you take from World War II, only it didn't have a buttstock or sights, and it had 20-round magazines. So that seemed like a good challenge to balance in the game. 45 ACP would be 3-shot killing. It was shooting at like 700 RPM, so crazy recoil. But devastating power is what I want to see DICE put into the game. That sounds really cool.
That would actually balance out pretty well. It would have insane recoil, but you would have to basically use this in close quarters TDM matches.
Yeah, and
it would
tiny
have
mags.
insane DPS.
Yeah, and tiny magazines, so it would still be balanced. It could still work.
What is tiny? Like 25, 30 rounds?
20 rounds. 20 rounds.
20 rounds. Shit.
They later had some drum design, but I think they should just make it a standard variant with 20 rounds and insane DPS. That sounds like a good submachine gun for the game. So next up, let's move to the medic weapons. The Meunier A6 Rifle.
Which honestly sounds like the most badass name for a rifle ever.
Yeah, it's probably not pronounced the Meunier, it's a French weapon. The French designed this to replace their standard bolt actions during World War I, and they actually fielded like 1,000 of these things. These things actually saw combat. They had 5-round mags, 10-round mags, and 15-round mags, which sounds like that could be a variant. They could do an extended variant of this gun.
Oh yeah, definitely, like with the auto-loading.
Yeah. I say we make this a 2-shot kill, like the other French rifle, the RSC, but we make it a close range, like 20 to 10 meters of 2-shot killing, and then it's 3-shot killing all the way out. And up the fire rate a little bit, and bigger magazine, and we can have a really, really fun gun. I have no idea why this gun hasn't seen any play. The Sayriati, that never saw any play in World War I, but this gun did, and it's not in the game. I have no idea why the Meunier A6 is not in the game. Please, someone call DICE, get this gun in the game. It sounds awesome. I also have another idea. We could also add the M1915 Howell automatic Enfield. This was an Enfield conversion to make it semi-automatic. I believe there was also a full-auto version, but it was only a prototype. But it is accurate to World War I. They would have had these accessible. They just never used them. So it would be another good candidate for 2-shot killing rifle. And it had 10 220-round mags. It had either or. I don't remember which one. DICE can decide which one they want to put in the game for balancing purposes. So let's move on to support. Support, I think, should... In Turning Tides, they're adding a heavy machine gun, the 1917 Browning, which is crazy. I have no idea how you can carry a gun that big in World War I, but since DICE is doing it, why not also add the Colt Browning M1895? This is basically the predecessor to the Browning 1917, and it didn't have a water-cooled jacket, so it would probably be lighter than the 1917. It also had a really weird action that flicked up forward, and it also shot a little slower, between 400 and 450 rounds per minute. And I say we balance this by making it 3-shot kill, 3 to 4-shot kill, same damage as the Shoshat, only a little bit less range, and a lot more recoil. Because I'm tired of them adding these big, heavy machine guns that don't hit like big, heavy machine guns. The Browning 1917 should not be a 4-shot kill. That should be a 2-shot kill, or a 3-shot kill, or a 1-shot kill. It's the same bullet as the Springfield, if I recall.
Okay, a fucking 1-shot kill for a light machine gun might be a bit much.
Let's see you take a fucking 7.62 round to the face, Zachary. See how long you survive.
I don't know. We did it all the time in Battlefield.
Fine. Anyway, it was also available in different calibers so they could balance the damage accordingly, depending on how the see fit. I just think it's a really cool weapon that should be added in the game. Next up, the Vickers Berthier, or the Berthier machine gun, because they didn't get partnered with Becker beforehand. But anyway, this gun was set to be an American machine gun fielded in World War I, but World War I ended before they could field it and make enough of them. So they can mess around with the balances, decide how they want it. It's a 30-round mag. It's gonna be kind of like a Madsen rifle, so to speak. But it could be in the game. It would have worked out. They existed back then. He was trying to find all kinds of people to purchase his gun, so that would have worked. Next up, the Burton Machine Rifle 1917. This gun is weird. It was originally invented for taking out balloons. And it was a fast-shooting 20-round magazine-fed dual 20-round mags. Like, after you emptied one, you could click a button and swap to the other mag, and then so every other reel it'll be fast. I say what we do to balance this is we make it shoot fast, super accurate, but we limit the range, we limit the damage a little bit. Be kind of like an automatico of the support class, only, you know, shooting a little bit slower and hitting a little bit harder. And the cool offer though will give you a reason to use it. It'd be like a faster, lesser range version of the bar with the weird reload things. I think it'd be really cool, super unique. It did exist. It wasn't fielded, but it did exist, and it was built to be used in planes and by infantry, which is a really cool design. Now, snipers. I'm not a sniper man, but I found a couple of sniper rifles that we could use. Ross rifle. Everyone loved the Ross. Like a lot of people liked the Ross rifle. This was actually used in World War I for sniping. It'd be a good dedicating sniper platform. Only had a 5-round mag, so it'd be kind of boring, so to speak. But what I say to do with it, I say we give it the exact same damage profile as the Gavir M98 or Gavir 95, whichever one it was. Whichever one doesn't have a sweet spot. We do not give the rifle a sweet spot, and so we give it fast bullet velocity, quick bolt rate. And we give it a sniper variant. The gun in this game that doesn't have a sweet spot doesn't have a sniper variant. It's only got a marksman variant. So we make this one a longer range rifle that doesn't get a sweet spot. I think it'd be really good and have good stats, and a lot of people like this gun, so please the fans. Now, one gun that I really want to see, my choice would be the rolling block rifle. This gun was used in World War I. It was really easy to make, so a lot of countries just adopted it, just got a whole bunch of them and just replaced some of the rifles with them. So just for logistics. And I say we balance it by making it so it's similar stats to the Martini Hammer. It was available in a lot of different calibers, so they can play around with the damage profile of this gun. I say we make it a one-shot kill, just like the Martini Henry. Only we make the bullet velocity a lot faster. And we lower the damage so it can't one-shot in the arm, because that's the main draw point of the Martini Hammer. We take that away and increase the sweet spot a little bit and make it shoot a lot faster with the bullet velocity. So that's the main down point of the Martini Hammer. It's bullet velocity is not good. And we give it a marksman variant. The Martini Henry has a sniper variant, an infantry variant, but no marksman variant. I say we give the rolling block a marksman and make it a juxtapose to the Martini Henry, not a replacement. So those are my suggestions. Leave a comment below if you have any suggestions, and contact DICE. Someone call DICE and tell them to add these guns to the game, especially the Webley Mark 6 and the Meunier Rifle. Those are my favorite things ever, and it's not in the game. So, any feedback, like, comment, subscribe, etc. Zachary, any closing thoughts?
DICE, get on this shit. That is all.
Amen.
Do you see?